You're listening to the Telltale Channel. Don't forget to check me out on all social media: Patreon, Twitter, Teespring, and Etsy. All links can be found in the description or on my website, telltaleatheist.com. Hey, this is Owen. If you're comfortable, leave your first name and state at the sound of the tiny truck backing up.
Hi, this is Catherine from Connecticut. I'm just calling. I had initially planned on trying to have this question brought up on the line, but I honestly think it may be better for this. There was recently a show that came out on Netflix called Waco that was supposed to pretty much be showing and dramatizing the Waco siege on the Branch Davidian cult in the 1990s and the problems with the ADF and the FBI in regards to that. There's been a lot of criticism about it recently regarding how there was a lot more sympathy put on the Branch Davidians than is usually done by the media at the time and as it's been told throughout history. And I was wondering kind of how you saw that, your opinion on the show in general, and how it kind of differs from how a lot of mainstream media kind of use the behavior and actions of cults and the people who kind of tried to like oust them, like I guess in a comparison for it to be like how the government treated stuff like the Children of God or Jonestown, stuff like that. I don't know. It's just, the show's very interesting and kind of puts cults into a much different perspective than a lot of mainstream media tends to do. So, I don't know. I just kind of want to see what your opinion of it is.
I have not seen that. I haven't seen Waco on Netflix. I'm going to have to give it a watch. I didn't even know that it existed. That's really interesting. But I know that there was this huge controversy at the time. For the most part, it was right-wing extremists and conspiracy theorists and religious extremists coming out of the woodwork and saying, oh my God, the government totally overstepped. They went in guns blazing on this religious group that wasn't out to hurt anybody. And, you know, I think Alex Jones was actually there. Alex Jones was there at the Waco siege after the fact and was talking about government overreach and all this other stuff. It's an extremely controversial subject, needless to say, but if you had read the story of how this group came to be and understood the history behind it and the history behind the leader and the insurrections that took place to make this guy the leader, you would understand exactly how dangerous this group really was. The government knew what they were dealing with. This guy, David Koresh, was somebody who had used weapons like assault rifles to basically kill people, to take his place as the leader of this cult. And in this compound, which nobody was allowed into unless they were a member, they had children armed with assault rifles. And they were breaking laws and causing huge problems and making threats. And so the government showed up with the military and there was a standoff. And they said, if you don't stand down, we're going to come in and make you stand down. And they refused. They said, no, we're not letting you in and we will fight to the last man. And the government said, okay, and went in. Did it. That was it. It was over from there. A lot of right-wing extremists and Christian extremists, and the media also framed it differently than it happened, obviously. They all frame it as though it was serious government overreach and it was kind of a largely innocent group that just wanted to live their lives separate from the rest of the world, kind of like the Amish. That's absolutely not what it was. Like I said, I haven't seen the show Waco. I really would like to give it a watch, but I studied the Waco cult years and years ago. I've been studying them for years, so I have a pretty good grip on exactly how the whole conflict played out. It's an extremely disturbing situation, and the life of the leader, David Koresh, is even more disturbing than that.